Can't tell if we're dreaming now. We watch as the fire falls down. One thing playing on our minds. Time stops and we don't make a sound. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud.
Okay, here we are. Welcome back. Okay, let's do this. Game number 2 coming at you here. Sorry about that. Skype having some issues again. Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I think we're going to start using another voice program, man. Skype's just...
You're having a lot of trouble with that. With Skype.
I'm not the only one. There's a lot of complaints about Skype. They like started doing this whole new advertisement thing on it now, and it like lags it and stuff. I don't know. Anyways, so here we are though. Game number 2 coming at you on this 2-game series. So we are coming off one of the longest games we've seen in a long time, at least, and really ever here on Honcast. So that was a fun one indeed. But NotSync eSports coming out on top in the end and taking it. So they are up 1-0. So now, how does Chopstick Gaming respond here in game number 2? Well, they're going to go with Ravener at least, yeah.
That's how they're going to respond. They're going to make sure that this game ends around 40 minutes with a Ravener.
Yeah. That is the plan here. So we'll see how that works for them. Magnus Drunken Master picked up for NotSync eSports so far. Drunken Master, a very interesting pickup, and I wonder if that has to do with I want to say they picked it up against Fresh as well, and we were kind of curious about it, and it worked out very well in the end. So but why here?
He's one of those heroes that can have a pretty strong laning presence in the suicide lane if he's against a weak support. And Mara, I mean, he is able to disjoint Mara's stun. So if he keeps his distance to Mara's to Mara, so the Shards of Hakkon has a travel time, he will be able to stagger away from it. I'm not sure if that's why they got it, but from the looks of it, they picked Drunken Master after Mara was picked. So they must have a plan with him. And my best bet would be that it's to deal with Mara and her presence on the suicide ganking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. They third pick a Warbeast as well. Managed to get him picked up. I think that was first pick last game, if I'm not mistaken. So.
Yeah, and it's pretty far away, honestly. But yeah, I think you're right. But that would mean that Mike plays Drunken Master in mid lane, and then Kisu suicides. I could see that happening. Mm-hmm. We don't see I feel like it's a long time since we've seen a Warbeast in the jungle. But I'm pretty sure Slap it does quite well with that as well. So that's also a possibility, definitely.
Absolutely. Here, the final ban. There we go. Cthulhu Font going to be it. Ophelia, Parasite, Tempest, Fade, Doctor Repulsor, and Cthulhu Font coming out here with the follow-up ban. So now back into the picks here, starting with Chopstick.
I mean, all the good junglers are banned out now. Now I made sure to ban Ophelia and Tempest, and Insania, aka Mango, banned Parasite. So, and Cthulhu Fan as well. So a lot of the, regular junglers are taken out. So maybe this is going to be a jungle Warbeast.
Yeah, that would be, again, going from a suicide game to a jungle game with the same hero. But definitely Sync very capable of doing that. Right-clicking a Belphegor. I wonder if there's any actual seriousness to that or not.
All I know is Belphegor's minions are pretty badass. They deal a lot of damage, and with the Warbeast buff, I'm pretty sure they're going to be killing, they're going to be soloing support heroes. but I'm not sure if that's a troll or just slapped wanting to play Belphegor really badly.
I mean, yeah, we have seen a suicide, or more so a jungle. Hell, we've even seen a suicide battle from them too, but jungle battle, and they have done it before. And yeah, as you said, with the Warbeast battle cry, could be some good synergy there. So we'll see what they're thinking about. Not much more time left here.
No, they're definitely spending their time here thinking about what their next pick is going to be. I think Insania is picking he's choosing a direction here with this pick. Wow. That was a funny direction. Monarch.
Yeah. Why Monarch?
Okay, so maybe the thought is that whoever Ravenous jumps, Monarch will put up her, the what's it called, the Chrysalis? And they will, and they will live for a little bit longer, but that's a risky bet.
I think it might be the cleansing winds, maybe like after a Moira Arcane Vortex. Maybe using that on your teammates to help them get out of there from it.
Guess.
So. I mean, both of those are things that she can do, yeah. So it's not like one of us are wrong, but it's just a matter of why.
Well, you would usually get Monarch. She's not a very strong support independently, so usually you get Monarch to counter something like a Keeper route, for instance. That's when the hero is actually really good. But in this case, it's hard to really point out something really great. I think it removes the Bubbles ulti as well. There we go. Belphegor actually picked up. No, that's Arachna. Okay. That was Insania drafting a little bit too slow for himself.
Arachna, huh? Okay.
Arachna.
We did actually see Arachna do quite a bit of work.
Against Remino,
yeah. That who did that? God, was on Tuesday.
Recent Gaming did it. Imba Boy playing Arachna versus
what's that reason?
Scurry, I think.
Oh yeah, I think okay. No, I think it was Complexity. For some reason, I think it was Complexity. Maybe I'm wrong on that. No, or Bad Monkey Gaming is actually what I meant to say. I don't know. Anyways, maybe.
Dude, you're right. I think it was BMG. I think you're right.
I think it was
yeah. You're right. I'm wrong. Imba Boy plays a lot of Arachna, but you're completely right.
Okay, so yeah, that one was on Tuesday. Yeah, so BMG did it against Squirry's Ravener. Yeah. So, and it did a lot, and that was against a Ravener who also had a what did he have? Like was that the
Jersiah? Jersiah, yeah. Jersiah in his back, but it still made a lot of work. This time around, Ravener does not have a Jersiah in his back. He has a Moira in his back. So a little bit different, but I'm kind of excited to see this Monarch, how she plays out. It's not very often you get to see this hero, so definitely a change of pace here. She also has the relatively new warding ability in her slow, so that could also be interesting to see how Insania uses that to gain map control.
Yeah, I know when this hero first came out, there was the talk of what we should expect to see with the skill build on Monarch. Yeah. How we should expect to see her built, and are we going to see teams kind of prioritize that ward ability, or was that going to be kind of passed up, and maybe just for the 1-point wonder of it, at least getting some kind of vision. But yeah, you definitely have to kind of commit to something, because it's safe to say like Oliver, that's going to almost like a doubtless. She doesn't have like a couple of like 1-point, like they're all like you kind of need to max out if you're going to level it up like as soon as possible. So I think that actually is kind of one of her weaknesses with that set, where you can't really go like 1-1-1 and feel like you're accomplishing a whole lot. In my opinion, you kind of have to go.
Yeah, no, I feel you're right. It's a good point. You should commit to something, but I mean, if you're not committing to the Q, then what is the hero really? It's a ward. It's a running ward with some, I don't know, some that can save you a little bit. I feel like we're gonna see the Q at least one level in the Q.
Yeah.
Anything else would be, I don't know, absolutely insane. But I mean, I haven't seen him play this in scrims before. This is completely new to me, so I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, apparently Insania is also willing to be a little different today as far as the drafting goes in general, and Kind of saw the last game a little bit. Now we see it here in game number 2. So figuring out some other things against Chopstick Gaming as they're looking for another sweep series here to finish it off.
They did spend like almost all of their extra time on that Monarch pick, so they can't be completely confident that this is. I mean, they used a lot of time.
I'm sure Slapped hates it.
Okay. Does he have?
Well, no, because as far as like him and Insania, as far as their history goes, it seems like he doesn't necessarily like when Insania kind of goes off the wall sometimes. You know, most famously Artesia was the one, and he was like, "Are you kidding me? What are we doing? Why are we wasting time?" And apparently he left a comment this game about like how Insania was trying different stuff, but this game should be a little easier now. With going a little more serious. But as we see here, that's not really the case. I mean, a Monarch. Now, the Arachna, again, I think there is definitely very good value in that. That's a reaction to kind of the Ravener pick. As we've seen her being somewhat established as, okay, Ravener, for as popular as he is in some cases, Arachna is a hero that it seems like he's pretty good, damn good against Ravener. So there's that.
Yeah, I think Ragnar has proven to be extremely effective against the Ravener. Now the question is, will Ravener go for the Nullstone? That's something I kind of missed in the other series. Ravener going for the Nullstone, meaning that they would have to use they're purging him in the first place, but usually they could save the purge on Arachna for when Jer'Sai used ulti. But if Ravener had his Nullstone up, they would have to use the purge to remove the Nullstone and then throw the Spider Sting, or vice versa. And then Jer'Sai's ulti would be up afterwards without being able to get purged off. So that's a question here. Is Ravener going to go the Nullstone? I'm not sure. It all comes down to how now feels like what he feels like he's going to be going. And look at that. Look at this mid lane.
Yeah, you see there's the... That's an interesting animation of the noxious Nightcrawler here from Insania. He places a ward on the cliff right here in the middle lane, but it looks like it initially was setting up to be in middle, though. Is that going to be the case still? Yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's going to be Arachna and Monarch versus Ravener and Pyromancer. This takes me back to the good old BMG days, honestly. KG and Ravener and the Seal Kid and the Pyromancer. It's a very deadly combination. Ravener is it's not too hard to land a stun in the mid lane, and Pyromancer can very easily follow it up. And on top of that, they also have a Moira sitting close by, so I would not be surprised to see some kills happen in this mid lane.
Yeah. And again, how are we going to see Monarch level? We already know that she went to 1 point into the Noxious Nightcrawler here, but where did she go from there? Will she go the Chrysalis as like a just in case, to save whoever does get jumped? Or will she go the Crippling Pollen to attempt to maybe make some kills happen themselves or to help save as well, of course? So, yeah, definitely some questions to be answered. Look at Moira. She's not being too sneaky about this. Pretty obvious that...
Not at all, yeah. I think they just, I think he's just trying to push him away. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm here. Better recognize. Move out, or I'll kill you. Oh, they're going.
Nice dodge by Insania. Just found his way into the trees there. That was very close. And I know you said the ball lightning, maybe not too difficult to land in the middle, but at the same time, it's not guaranteed. Pyro and Ravener, neither one is really a guaranteed stun, so that kind of takes away a little bit from their kills.
I think, that was a max range attempt as well, so that makes it even harder. But let's say that Arachna comes a little bit too close and now catches her off guard. She's going to be in a lot of trouble. At this point, Charlie is just pushing them out of the lane. They can't even get XP.
It's like a tri-lane. They're basically tri-laning middle right here, which is not something we really ever see, but it's kind of what Chopstick Gaming is actually doing here.
It seems to be working as well. It's two heroes that are just, Monarch is like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to be here anymore. I don't get anything.
Why waste time, yeah. Instead, maybe harass the Moraxis at the top lane, who's actually already level 3 and doing pretty well for himself, too. You do see Drunken Master going to go in right here, stomp taken. Now, Moraxis doesn't know that Monarch's coming in, and that's going to catch him off. Go, never mind. No. He doesn't have lunge. Okay.
I mean, Monarch doesn't have Q either. She
True.
just got it if she chooses to go for it. Yeah, there you
she
go.
did.
Oh, a little bit of lag here.
Yeah, I felt that too. That was interesting. That was the illusion, though, so figuring that might have been the real one, but it was not. Good job by Mora. But even with that rotation, I mean, you see the Legion team, they're still sticking it. I guess really they just want to lock down this Arachne and also guarantee free farm on Ravener. Is the goal here.
Yeah. And Magnus bought like boots and hatchet apparently. He obviously just got boots and some regen because he figured, well, I'm going against a Ravener tri-lane. I have no way of doing anything there, so I'm just gonna get boots so they can't catch me. And instead, he is up against the bubbles that will take full advantage of him not having a buckler. So, in that sense, it's a pretty smart swap up from Chopstick.
Yeah, it is kind of funny, yeah. Keizu, he's known as a suicide role player. He's so used to dealing with 2 versus 1s and even 3 versus 1s at times. But he happens to be middle here on Arachne, and sure enough, it's like a trial in middle that they're running against him. So, kind of making fun of the situation, but that's got to be a little annoying, I'm sure, even for a very patient player like Keizu.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's the man for it, though. He has a lot of experience in these kind of lanes, so it's possibly the best guy for the job here on Sync's side. Now that you bring that up.
Bottom lane, so you mentioned Magnus at the hatchet, the boots first. He's 12-0. Bubbles on 19-4, so yeah, having a better time. Magnus actually stunning in right there. So Matthias playing it pretty aggressive, but Denver Pro just going to walk away.
Yeah. Oh,
they're going to go in. Yeah, ball lining, it does connect here. Out comes a Hardened Carapace from Arachne. Trying to mitigate as much damage as she can. Is it going to be enough? It's not. Way too easy. Gets credit for the bloodless kill right there. So Hardened Carapace, even level 2 of it, by the way. He actually has leveled that up over the web shot level 2 or even the aura. It kind of shows you how he knows that he's going to be in a dangerous spot, but that still wasn't enough to keep him alive.
Yep. I mean, that's the power. That's what I was saying. It's basically a tri-lane, and a tri-lane definitely with a lot of magic damage. So even if you go hard in Carapace, I mean, it did look like he was not taking a whole lot of damage, but in the end they brought him down, and now gets, way too easy gets to Bloodlust, I believe. Yeah.
Invisor in top lane. Pyro going to bottle it up here. Mora will use it.
Uh-oh.
And back mid. Yeah, this could be a deadly spot because they were not seen. That was their ward of sight, so Sync has no clue. And
yeah, I think he's going to go here.
There's the opening. In meantime, ball lightning connects. The follow-up Dragonfire, and again, nothing he can do. You see Monarch. I wonder if Monarch is somewhat regretting getting the Q at level 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was really nicely done by now. He actually disjointed the Q from Monarch with his jump with the ball of lightning. Insania threw the Q after him, but he jumped to Arachne, disjoining it. So that was really well done by Ravener.
Yeah, Monarch, gotta say, I don't know, really is accomplishing a whole lot this game, unfortunately, with the start here now against Silver. And again, this is what I'm talking about, though. She does go the 1-1-1 build, and it's like, it's not really getting a lot of efficiency out of it all. Now, sure, you do, like, because the crippling pulse, it's so little. It's only a 1-second stun. It's very, very minor at this point. And we do see maybe chase down for a kill.
Body blocks? The body blocks?
No.
Oh, no, he didn't get it in position.
Yeah, he tried.
That was Jesse, though?
Yeah, slapped, unfortunately. And how is Lappin doing, by the way? He's kind of, that's right, he's playing War Beast. He's 285 gold per minute. He's pretty much at a free jungle here, so you'd figure he'd be doing pretty good, and he is. He's doing all right here.
I mean, he's going to be almost 300 after this Catman, so he's going to be doing, he's doing quite all right. And on the top lane, Mika is dominating. 350 GPM, that's almost free farm worthy right there. Raxus is actually putting pressure on him. Look at that. Oh, he missed.
Up to the middle lane right there. Again, they try to jump Arachne, but he does actually manage to avoid the ball lightning and does survive. But yeah, top lane, Moraxis, level 7, competing with the Drunken Master. A lot of static lanes coming out here. I mean, granted, this is like a 3 versus 2 middle, really, so kind of makes sense there. But yeah, this really is a very defensive greedy lineup. The more I'm looking at it on the Hellborn side, a War Beast jungle, an Arachne middle lane with a Monarch support, so you can't really expect a whole lot of aggression there. Drunken Master soloing the top lane, just trying to free farm, or get as much farm as he can. in the meantime. So it's going to be, this is a intriguing game to see how it transitions here, as we're now kind of getting a little bit later on in the laning phase.
It really surprises me how well Magnus is doing against his bubbles. And also, they're going in mid.
Oh, they are without Ravener. There's that. Oh, that's a Chrysalis. Interesting. That's that animation with that avatar. I was not expecting that. Well, Snowball theme. But
Snowball, yeah.
It's fine. What's the damage reduction at level 1? It's 20%? Yeah, 20% in the heal initially.
Not the greatest. But it was a port in from Dunkermaster that made them think twice about their initiation. I think. Ravener has been swapped onto the bot lane now. They're going to be sending bubbles mid now. And Moira and Ravener are going to be farming bottom, I guess. With Pyromancer bubbles. Not the greatest synergy between those, though. But yeah, I was saying Magnus is doing a really great job. He started the lane with boots and a regen against bubbles. That's not what you want to have against the bubbles. And oh my goodness, Moira saw that.
He sure did. Charlie's kind of, yep, that just happened. Yeah, that was a little, I mean, that's one of those really, to be fair, that's one of those, like, if he actually gets the kill with that, it's like, damn, what a heads up, well played.
Yeah.
But he completely whiffed it, so that happens too, though. Matrax is going to be popped here from Morax's TP coming in. Is it going to take them too long? He may fall in the end, but it could cost them. No, he's going to want a block from Moy right there with the illusion. Beautiful play from Chioli, and now looking to turn it on a Warbeast. That ulti form, it's got to be wearing off any second. It does right there, but he's able to get the distance and survive. But yeah, that block from Chioli is what saved Moraxis in the end from that dive right there.
To be honest, they messed up. I think Slammed he was already on his way out of the trees before the illusion came down, but then the illusion came down and it was like, okay, we can't do this. But really well played regardless. And yeah, that was a really needed kill. That was a kill that really wanted on this Moraxis, because he's not doing he's not doing badly either. He is 270 in this solo lane. So yeah, a lot of I don't know, a lot of initiations and ganks kind of getting interrupted here by teammates. Omi bottom though.
He's going to find Ravener, who's fairly low, but no eruption especially. There's no way he's getting a kill there.
It's Ravener with almost 100 charges. You want to be careful with that no matter who you are.
Yeah. No, yeah, Ravener definitely could have turned that if Omi wasn't careful. So, smart decision to basically say hello and then walk away.
Yeah.
In that case.
It's like, oh, no, I see you have 100 charges. I'll be on my way then.
You know what we haven't said yet is now is world-renowned known as the greatest Ravener player, so.
Really?
And he is on Ravener here, so. You haven't heard of that? That's new to you?
No, I mean, I knew he was great with Ravener. I didn't know he was world famous for Ravener.
That's what I'm being told, at least. I don't know.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I don't know if we've actually seen a lot of performances from him on the Ravener in an actual competitive tournament play, to be honest, but I mean, we've seen it before, and he's pretty good. And I think in TMM he's regarded as like just a great Ravener player. So.
I mean, he started his TMM career, or maybe not started, but he played a ton of Ravener, and he was pissed. Bot lane. Magnus getting initiated.
Jump on Magnus, not a kill though, and they used a Blazing Strike.
He's going in. He's going. Oh, Omi, he is so ballsy. It's like, yeah, they won't expect this. But nothing's happened. They're actually kind of expecting that. That's
I mean, he's still hanging around though, and actually, he's got the eruption if he wants to try for something here, but it is a little risky.
Oh no!
No, he got caught. That's not good. They poured in after the lava surge. Well played by now. Good patience by him there, waiting for the lava surge there. Yeah, and
he was trying, he was gonna go for Pyromancer with his stun ulti, but then he saw Moira, and he was like, this won't work unless I get the double stun. But then Moira stepped back into the fog, and he was like, oh damn, I can't do this. So basically, Omi got kind of duped by Charlie here. He wanted to go on them, but he knew he wouldn't get his ulti off if one of them were not stunned. So he went for a risky play, and it didn't work out.
Got to talk about Monarch here in Sania. He is leveling up the Noxious Nightcrawler, so he is getting the maximum wards out of it. 3 right now, will be 4. And I was actually looking around and seeing, and yeah, he's actually done a good job of making sure that they're being used. You see the top lane, middle, and now the bottom lane area. Yeah. He actually currently has them up, so it's definitely a useful ability if, well, you use it. And that he's doing here, so well played. Vision
is really great against Ravener. It's usually great in general, but especially against the Ravener, Ravener is going to be very predictable. he's always going to be farming somewhere because he want to keep up those charges. So if you have a lot of vision in their jungle, you know exactly what Ravener is up to, and that takes away a lot of the free kills that Ravener usually will get. But top lane,
they are diving pretty deep right here under this bubbles, and I was going to say, that's a dangerous hero to dive against. As you see the kill field coming out, but Eruption, oh boy.
Oh, me?
Oh boy.
He saw that. He was completely in the fuck. These gangs are being disrupted by teammates all the time. It's frustrating. Like, no one gets any air under the wing here because the opponents just poured in to save the day.
Matthias, he had a great laning phase, but I gotta say, those 2 whiffed Eruptions now, and he's on the bottom lane, a little bit of a misplay, hanging around a little too much. He's kind of tapered off quite a bit.
I think the last game took a big chunk of his concentration. I mean, it was a long game, and it can be hard to stay focused. He's having a little bit of fun here. Regardless, I still think he's playing great, but he's definitely making some risky decisions here to try to get something going.
So, once again, Ravener, he went to Thunderclaw first. He's, again, I trust that he knows what he's doing and comfortable with the hero. Values the Thunderclaw here to just really, I was going to say, I still expect the Abyssal Skull, and yeah, he does get the Ring of the Teacher.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Abyssal is so good on Ravener because you lifesteal with, as well with the extra damage you get from the ulti. So, it's a must item on Ravener, really. Usually you get it as the first item as well because you can just jungle. Magma's finding Ravener, they're just kissing a little bit and Magma stuns out.
Seen that before, and yeah, Magma's definitely, well, it backfired for him earlier, so you're not going to risk sticking around at all this time. Although, as I say that, he is running back in kinda, nope, not in towards mid. How's Arachna recovered, by the way? And actually, look at Casey, what he's going for. Steam Boots, he bought a Mighty, no, yeah, he has Steam Boots and he bought a Mighty Blade.
Yeah. And he just finished his Energizer.
Yeah,
so he's pretty tanky.
He's recovered a lot. 300 gold per minute now.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get picked up instantly by Ravener. Drunken Master also going for Helmut's Black Legion. So a lot of tanky dudes on this Hellborn side. Mid lane.
Sync making Helm of the Black Legion come back apparently. It's their plan for today as well. You see Bubbles, he's good.
Oh. That was so aggressive from Omi as well. He just stunned in the fog. That's pretty risky. Warbeast in trouble.
No. I don't want to follow it. I don't know. It would have probably been really risky. It's a level 11 Warbeast. He had Magnus nearby, so yeah. Not worth chasing there. And instead, they'll continue to farm where they can. I gotta say, this definitely has been a very slow-paced game. I mean, 15 minutes in, still no kills from Sync, and only 3 from Chopstick Gaming over here. And I don't know, the lineups don't say this should be a slow game, in my opinion. This seems like it should be, oh, here we go again. On me, he's trying to get these stuns in, but he whiffed again. He happened to stun in as they were running the uphill. The Cleansing Winds does come out. Power Man's in a horrible spot. And actually will get picked off. Finally, the first kill coming out for Sync, but now more access coming in. Ravener, I got to think he's coming over. He is. He is near max charges. He only has half-life, but here we go. Oh, the ball on him is it connected in the background, but he's not going to port to it, at least just yet. He will finally, just to try to live. It's not going to matter, though, I don't think. Maybe. Juking through the trees. He gets one turn kill, but he does fall in the long run right there. And now his teammates being dove into the tower. Drunken Master seems like he's really good in this fight. Double damage would definitely help him with that, as he did work. Mika gets a double tap, but it's not over. Uh-oh. He can TP out, but he knows they have a stun, of course, so he wants to try to bait that out, if anything.
Getting so slowed by those axes.
Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Is he actually going to get away? Wow. Mickey.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I love it.
He had double damage that entire fight. He dealt so much damage. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he's on the top of the damage graph right now. That fight was amazing for him. He just killed everyone.
That was beautiful.
Kisu got picked up pretty fast, to be honest. He didn't get to put the spider on Ravener. I think he got chased down by I'm not sure what it was. I think Bubbles caught him. But yeah, he didn't get to play as much as he wanted to. Mid lane.
No, Well, they thought about it. Thought
Or
twice, though.
Praxis as
Yeah.
well. So they'll be able to like go for some actual initiations now.
But again, looking for the build that Casey win. It's kind of funny because I know this Harden Carapace, it's like highly regarded as not that great of an ability ultimately. I mean, it's more so a 1-point wonder if anything. You know, the fact that dispels debuffs is good, but maxing it out as his first choice, I don't think anyone would see that coming. It's 32 magic armor, but I don't know about that. That's very curious.
Interesting take on it, really. But yeah, I don't know. He doesn't have a whole lot of HPs. Oh, well, there we go, mid lane.
Yeah, they're going to find a jump here. Arcane Vortex does come out. As they come out of it, though. Drunken Master, there's the cleansing winds that I was talking about. Magnus, the eruption got stopped, though, and he gets bursted down. But the Chrysalis on a Drunken Master mitigates all the damage on him initially. They get the turn kill on a Bubbles. However, Warby is caught behind, and he will end up falling, and now the rest of them are running away. Arachna, Monarch, and Drunken, the one still up. Something's being delivered. Astrolabe to... Wait, Arachna? Arachna gets the Astrolabe right here. As she's going to hold her ground, though. I mean, she's pretty beefy, honestly, with this build especially. And that's kind of showing off right there. She's going to be more than fine. Morax is eventually going to fall. As Raven trying to get the kill onto Arachna, but just can't do enough damage. She's now being kited pretty heavily. Doing some good teamwork right here, pushing away with the lunge. Looking for the turn kill. Crystals comes out. Yes, they get the kill. And Drunken Master stays alive. Some way, somehow. The Astrolabe heal from Arachna definitely helping there.
Yep.
Wow.
That
what
was
a
just
build.
in time. I mean, Kizu is just going full tank mode. One thing to note is he used his ulti on Bubbles. I don't agree with that. I think he should use his ulti on Ravener. I don't think Bubbles is going to cause you as much trouble as a Ravener that just runs free. But other than that, I think Sync obviously came out on top of that team fight quite heavily. And that was just, this Helmet of the Black Legion on Drunken Master is doing so much work.
Yeah, and he is definitely one of those heroes. And actually, maybe even when they did play it before, now that I'm thinking back on it, I'm pretty sure he actually went this as well when we did cast in the last time he picked it up this last weekend. And the logic we're using there, too, is that it works on Drunken because he is so reliant on his skill set to provide a lot of amplified damage anyways, especially in the physical sense. So he bulks up. He can still do a lot of damage with the skills. And now he even gets a shield breaker on top of that.
Yeah,
so
he is actually dealing a lot of damage now. He just went from 100% defensive to 50-50. And that shield breaker is going to do a lot of work. He will be able to kill Mara in almost a stun now.
It's an interesting way to call it defensive because yeah, it is really it's defensive. Sure, that it gives him more life and health regen. I mean, that just screams defensive. But there is then the argument, it's because he's tankier, he's more willing to stand his ground, go in and do more damage. So it really depends on how you look at it in that case ultimately.
Oh, mid lane. Magnus ulti.
There is a Magnus ultimate, and this one actually ends up being pretty good here. Bubbles taking some good damage, but they get Arachna bursted down. Again, for how tanky she is, that's definitely not easy, but here comes Drunken Master. Untouchables up. He's still going to make some kills happen. Arcane Vortex stalled the support for Drunken in the background, and now the rest of the Legion team is trying to run away at least. But Moraxis, is he going to be caught? He is. Magnus stuns him, and Moraxis eventually is going to get picked off. And look at the lead. It's 9-9 hero kills. But it's nearly a 9,000 gold lead and is 7,700 experience lead right now for Not-Sync eSports. And that's a big lead at 21 minutes.
Insane. Comes down to also Slab having 400 GPM and 500 XP per minute. He's been doing a lot of farming in the jungle, but this puzzle box level 2 Moraxis just dropped in one stun from Magnus. And now they're attempting Kong as well. I don't think Raven is going to be able to outcarry a Drunken Master and a Warbeast at this point. These guys are fed.
Yeah, Drunken Master himself is, and again the Arachna, the build, they didn't need her to be a damage dealer. So the more I've seen this item progress, it's kind of making sense. They picked her up for the Spider Sting on Ravener. That's obviously why they picked her up in the end, and she's able to accomplish that plenty with her item build here. So that makes sense, really. Yeah,
I think it's really smart of Kisu, the item build he's gone for here. He doesn't want to be just, like a glass cannon, as Ragnar usually ends up being, because she's needed to get that Spider Sting off. And if the more time they use on killing him, the more time Warbeast and Drunken Master gets to put in work. And then I think that's why Chrysalis is being leveled here by Monarch, just to keep Arachna alive. Oh, so top lane.
Oh, Warbeast, yeah, he gets dove on here beyond the tower. It's still more action, though, continuing. As more access, he should be able to port out, however. Chrysalis from Monarch not able to stop, obviously, so... Yes. Oh, Ravener, he thought he was fine to port in the middle lane. He will stop the eruption at least. I don't know if it's going to be enough to save himself in the end, though. It's Moira porting in, and yes, he portal keys away. He just got it delivered. That's what I was going to say. Did he drop it or something? But no, he actually just got delivered with the courier, so perfect timing there.
Dude,
helps him
very nice. Very nice start. And Kisu just split pushes bottom. Kisu style. Well, Sync is building a pretty huge lead here. 11k, 23 minutes in, and 9k experience. It feels like they're just getting to do whatever they want to. It was really, really close in the laning phase, but right now it really seems like Sync has been taking control of the game after some fortunate team fights.
It's a little unfortunate with the rack. That's where the synergy doesn't necessarily shine here, is that her passive, her precision even, kind of not really that great for anyone else on the team other than herself. So a little bit of a downside with the Arachna pickup, but again, her benefit is clearly, or was too powerful to pass up here, that being the Spider Sting presence that she brings.
Definitely.
So.
And she's getting closer to that. She just needs the pattern for the Shrunken Head, and she is good to go. She probably won't die in teamfights anymore after she gets the Shrunken. I say probably because it depends on if she gets caught by Meraxes and they combo her down.
Yeah.
But if some sort of sloppy initiation happens with a Bubbles ulti, Arachna just uses her Shrunken and she's able to get out. She actually has it right now. There we go.
Vortex, there we go. It's going to start right here as portal key from Meraxes. Still going to be fine. Able to do it out of that, of course. And Owen Me, he's looking for a chance. He's tried so many times this game and has ended up coming up short, unfortunately.
He's pretty YOLO. He's been very YOLO this game. Just going in, blind stunning. Let's go. Let's try. Maybe I hit something, maybe I don't. Let's try it.
Certainly has been.
I feel Omi can be a YOLO player, to use that term, but this game is definitely stepping it up a notch. Ravener might be in trouble here.
He is in a lot of trouble. And a gank right here. Ooh, the portal key reaction from now is on top of it.
That was slow initiation from Omi. I'm not sure what he was waiting for, but he fumbled around with his keyboard. Magnus should always be you shouldn't be able to react to that unless I don't know. That was a little slow for Omi. He could definitely get the stun off.
Yeah.
But again, at the same time, good reaction from Ravener. He noticed that all of a sudden there was a Magnus right behind him, so probably a good time to get out.
What was I going to mention? Oh yeah, Warbeast. Warbeast with the puzzle box, by the way. He's lapped fan of the puzzle box, of course, and going it here. And I think because they do have the Drunken, who's kind of snowballed here at the early start, he's plenty of damage for them. They weren't really relying on him to be doing it. Arachna top lane. Out comes the Chrysalis, though, and look at that. He's going to tank it up easily. He'll be fine, and now here comes the support. Arachna's still alive throughout all of this. Finally falls, but he had the token alive, and now he comes right back up. Ravener caught. Ravener goes down as a Spider Sting and everything else on top of him. And now they're also going to find somebody to the side. That was Bubbles. And they end up getting a 2-for-0 exchange, and here comes the top push. Arachna survived forever. Not often we say that with Arachna, but she managed.
She tanked a lot. Not gonna lie, that build definitely came into it got put to the test, but Kisu held up for a long time. And this Warbeast build, I just gotta say, you might think that Puzzle Box isn't a carry item, but on Warbeast, he can actually carry with that Puzzle Box, because there is no carry that before Strong Head that can stand up to a Warbeast with Puzzle Level 3 hitting him in the face. That is just too much damage from the Maulers.
Oh yeah.
And that's Rax.
And it's easy. Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, GG well played, and lo and behold, it ends up being a fairly quicker second game to say the least. But perhaps even more what people did expect going into the series.